What I wanted to talk about today is why some people are so different from you and you can't understand them. I think there's two factors here. This is the classic problem of nature versus nurture. So a lot of it comes from how somebody is raised, right? Their family is likely very different than what your family was growing up. Maybe they wore shoes in the house. Maybe they all ate dinner together, and maybe they ate dinner in their own rooms. Maybe they all had TVs in their rooms, and maybe they strictly forebode it. I think it's worth noting how big nurture has of an impact on somebody, but during a large portion of my own lifetime, I've been hearing so much messaging that everybody is very tangible and can change. The nurture argument became like the biggest way that you could change somebody. I don't know why I rose both on it's that big. The biggest way you could change somebody. And honestly, I don't think that it has as big of an impact as I originally was told. Because in my opinion, nature has a lot to do with how somebody is. Something you might not have heard before is how big of an impact your genetics have on how ambitious you are. A lot of people that you meet, maybe some of your friends, just come off as lazy. Some people want a new job and really won't put much effort into getting it. Some people want to become fit and don't really put any effort into doing it. A lot of people want to take the easy way out. A lot of people, when they're doing their job, they're kind of haphazardly doing it. And generally, this work ethic is genetic. A lot of people will never change. So if you or one of your friends had a partner, or maybe you had a close friend that was like this, that was particularly lazy, that wanted everything handed to them, yes, a portion of it could be them being spoiled growing up. Totally possible. But if they weren't spoiled, if they came from a family that wasn't extremely well off or something like that, it's likely just how they are. And I think it's kind of insane how big of an impact that can make on your relationship with somebody. Because the issue is, there's a lot of people who see people like that and they're like, well, maybe I just need to help them get to where they want to be. And the reality of the matter is that you can't, because that's how they are. Now, it doesn't mean you should abandon somebody like that. I mean, just because someone is different in that aspect doesn't mean that they're a bad person or useless. Not at all. I mean, they could have many, many other redeeming qualities. But the issue is that you can't change them. And that's, I think, the big thing that should be taken away here. You cannot change somebody in many different ways. And as you get older, you realize how many things cannot be changed in somebody. They can be nudged. The important part is they can be nudged. And I think the easiest way to nudge people is to influence them based on positive actions that you take around them. So, for example, if you have a friend that you think should be going to the gym more, start going to the gym. Make sure you're doing it. If you're gonna tell somebody to do it, never be the person that's like, do as I say, not as I do, right? Start going to the gym and then talk about it, but don't rub it in, right? Don't be like, well, I'm going to the gym, because that just makes people pissed off. It's like, okay, you don't know my situation. That's the first thing people think. You don't know my situation. Why are you saying that? Go to the gym and then just start talking about, oh yeah, like I went to the gym today, it was pretty fun. Like it was nice. And if you're talking to your friend, they could be like, oh, that's cool, and maybe they end the conversation there. But over time, you keep mentioning it and you can be like, yeah, you should come sometime, it'd be fun. And if they say no, that's fine. You're not going to change them, right? Like the point is that your positive actions could maybe rub off on somebody else, right? But you're probably not going to change them. And this is to say, just because they're less inclined to be ambitious doesn't mean that they won't do anything productive. Maybe they will go to the gym with you one day. Maybe they'll start going to the gym with you consistently. That'd be really cool, right? I mean, the point is, in that case, if you guys are going together, you're not turning it into something where they have to kind of struggle uphill like it would be alone. You're turning it into an event where you guys hang out and go to the gym. And that's just one small example of the many things that can happen in your life that are important but difficult. So anyway, might be a stupid rant, but I think it's pretty important considering just how big of a culture shift we've seen in the past 10 years, where people are finally realizing that, oh, maybe people are different, right? Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Thanks for listening. Comment what you think, and I hope you have a nice night. Thanks. Bye.